Magic. It's a word that gets overused because what appears as magical is usually the result of a lot of hard work. Nevertheless, when you think of what the town of Globe has been through in past decades, its renewal is, sorry, a little magical. Globe's current mayor, Al Gameros, is Globe personified. A former mine worker turned firefighter, he married his high school sweetheart and raised his family right here in Globe. When I asked him to suggest a restaurant for lunch with the mayor, he didn't hesitate. "Meet me at Bravo," he said.
Lunch with the mayor, I'll meet you there. Oh, lunch with the mayor, lunch with the mayor. I'm talking about John Giles, yeah.
Lunch with the Mayor is brought to you by Local First Arizona and Udall Shumway Counselors at Law.
I've driven through Globe countless times, but I've always stayed on the 60 highway, and to really experience Globe, that's the wrong way to do it, right?
You bet. You got to get off that main highway, off the overpass, and come to the historic downtown. And that's why on the railroad trestle, we put that on the historic downtown Globe, that maybe people see that and attract them to turn.
Although small, it's kind of hard to ignore Globe.
You go to the east, is Safford. You go to the south, is Tucson. You go north, it's Show Low and Pine Top. You go Roosevelt Lake is a 20-minute drive.
And just 90 minutes to the west is America's coolest city, and one of our suburbs. Basically, Globe is the Rome of Arizona. And just like the ancient Romans, they care about stuff like the law.
Do you know what the speed limit in this area is?
I guess my chariot got away from me. Globe, though, is famous for Mexican food.
You bet.
Right?
I think we have the best Mexican food in Arizona.
And yet, there we were, about to stuff ourselves with... John, tell us about the lobster ravioli. Lobster ravioli. I told you Globe was the Rome of Arizona. And who can you thank for that? Why, Chef John Wong, of course. Chef John wasn't mic'd up, but he's saying the lobster is prepared on site and the garlic cream sauce explodes in your mouth. Well, let the explosion begin here.
Let's try it.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it was excellent. In case you're wondering, is it lobster or is it lobster? It's lobster. Chef John goes to Sky Harbor Airport twice a week to pick up the best fresh seafood. At Bravo, it's just one explosion after another.
So this is Americano. It's very basic. It just has pepperoni and our signature sauce. It's all about the crust and the sauce.
How did you develop the expertise?
I worked through Europe as a student, and these mom and pop shops just took me in exchange for some labor and taught me the magic.
You've heard of Little Caesar's pepperoni pizza? Well, this is full-size, grown-ass Caesar's pepperoni pizza. Wow. We might have just had our graphic shot right there. Don't send me emails. I know, too sexy. So, you know, the really sad part is that a block away from here, you've got thousands of cars that are buzzing through Globe.
Yep.
And some of them are pulling over for McDonald's or Burger King, and they don't know that just a block south. Another pizza? Who needs a second pizza?
It's a pear pizza.
Well, you say pear, P-E-A-R. You don't think of them as having a savory side.
Right.
But obviously, you put pear into that category.
It mixes well, the savory and the sweet. It pairs well together. And I said pear again.
The pear pairs well, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, it's an experiment.
Great. Thanks, John.
you get a little bit of pear. You get a, you know. I'm guessing you didn't grow up eating a lot of pear pizza.
No,
in Miami,
no.
right?
Mainly cheese pizza, probably.
Right.
And that was homemade.
That's right. You and I grew up, I think, in the same house.
We were too big. I was
Yeah.
a family of 9, so it was a lot of homemade stuff.
So you went to Miami High School?
I did. I graduated from Miami High School in 1974.
Is there a Globe High School?
Yes, there is.
I'm guessing there's a little bit of a rivalry.
They're a
maybe?
big, huge rivalry. In fact, I catch a lot of heartache too because I graduated from Miami and now I'm the mayor of Globe.
Can you imagine a good Globe person voting for an alumni of Miami High School for mayor? You must be really good to overcome that, that prejudice that people have. I know you said you spent some time working in the mines.
Yeah, I graduated from high school and I went directly into the mines. At that time, they had what they called apprenticeship programs, 4-year programs, and worked there for 12 years. I loved the job. It was a great job.
And then became a firefighter.
That's where I spent my next 30 years.
And then 18?
18 years
18
as the fire
as the
chief.
fire chief.
Yes.
You're about to celebrate what anniversary with your wife?
50 years.
50 years. So she was your sweetheart back at Miami High School.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
When Al became mayor in 2016, times were tough. Globe was still struggling to find its way out of the recession.
We didn't have money for capital improvements. Our police officers sometimes would go to a call and their car would break down. We were borrowing cars from Florence, from Maricopa, from other cities, from their boneyards, so we could survive.
Then came a trio of tragedies.
Arizona, it now has the worst COVID infection rate in the country.
Then we had the Telegraph Fire, which is a 240,000 acre fire that left a burn scar at the base of our pinals. And shortly after the Telegraph Fire, we had 3 major storms.
But the good people of Globe came together.
I think John, really, I think of him as being kind of the anchor that we look for. And COVID, this came from COVID, to be able to sit outside, to isolate.
Chef John installed the patio himself, every screw and every stick of lumber. For many, it became a refuge from the pandemic.
We didn't really have the food traffic that we see now, but I think once he moved in, opened up a sushi restaurant, and that went for a little bit, then he opened up this.
Yeah, we sort of buried the lead. 2 years before John Wong opened Bravo, he opened an equally popular restaurant next door, Bloom, a sushi joint. I asked him about it, after he taught me how to make a pizza, of course. All right, I don't know that you're going to be able to sell mine.
Maybe top dollar.
I'm
So
an
here's my
amateur.
other technique.
Let's hear
I
it.
like that one. So I just go like this. I'll toss here. What's
You're a
that?
good teacher. Did you hear how he corrected me? That's a good, you know, let me show you another way, yeah?
Probably not a good time to ask for a raise right now.
Around the world with cheese.
Around the world with
I love
cheese. All right,
Let's
pepperoni. It's not a race.
All right. You shouldn't have said that. Now it's a race.
Maybe a little shake and commit. We gotta
got it,
commit.
yes.
Are you ready?
Yes. You're going to trust me to do that?
Yeah, show some commitment here.
All right. Beginner's luck. Truth is, I'm an old man, and that's the same action as shuffleboard. So, what part of you said, I'm going to leave the Valley, I'm going to go to Globe, I'm going to open a restaurant? I asked because he left my city, Mesa, when I was mayor. What possessed him, I asked.
Maybe some insanity
Yes.
and love.
Well, okay, I can't compete with love. Yeah.
So I met my wife at the old restaurant in Mesa,
Yeah.
which you were the mayor of.
Yes. Okay, at this point, he's just rubbing it in.
We have 2 children now, and I moved to Globe. And she's born and raised in Globe.
Okay.
And I live 5 minutes from downtown. It's awesome.
And what made you think that Globe needed a sushi restaurant?
Well, my training is sushi.
Okay.
So when I came here, I saw that building for sale, and it was a really good price. The ceiling
Yeah.
was falling in. And I thought, hey, maybe I have to put some work into this, some love.
Yeah.
And it came together within 18 months, and it was a big hit right away.
And then next door to the sushi restaurant was an old bank building
That's right.
And then what was the thought process there?
I thought, wow, I love it. It's brick, just beautiful brick. I thought, I'm gonna go back to my roots. And I love, when I was traveling through Italy, through Europe, I love wood-fired cooking. I thought, hey, I'm gonna open another concept.
You know, just start another restaurant. What the heck?
Hey, that's your pizza.
Oh, that's great. Hey, that's an overachiever. That looks great. On second look, that's a pizza only a mayor could love. And can I just say that if pizza was my life, I don't think I'd have arms like that. My pizza persona would be a little different. Okay, back to lunch.
All right, here we go, guys.
Wow.
So this is the pork ragu, and the sauce is just fantastic. And the noodles are handmade. It's a pappardelle.
For those of you who don't understand Italian, let me explain. Pappardelle is a type of pasta.
Pappardelle.
It's a what?
Pappardelle pasta.
You're supposed to cut that out. Oh yeah, that's worth it.
That is very good.
That's wonderful. It's an amazing pairing. See how I did that again? Pair? You've probably noticed by now that Mayor Al doesn't talk a lot about himself. But when it comes to his town, all you have to do is open the door.
We got the old courthouse downtown that's a museum. We got a 1910 jail. We have actually a vineyard in our city limits. We just opened up our first senior affordable living.
They converted an old school into senior affordable housing.
Yes. We just recently opened and built a $5 million aquatic center, and that's next to Beshbegawa, which is an old Salado Indian site.
You got Indian ruins next to a brand new municipal.
Exactly, $5 million aquatic center, yes.
That's so cool. Dessert.
Oh, wow.
Homemade creme brulee.
Homemade creme brulee. That's fantastic. I'm looking forward to cracking that open and getting into it.
That's good, very good.
Oh man. Come to Globe for the creme brulee. I don't remember thinking that I was ever going to say that. Bravo, bravo, bravo. And if you want in on a little secret, you see that building? Right there? That's Chef John's next venture. It'll be a fine dining restaurant. You just can't slow down a dreamer. I had one last question for Mayor Gameros. Mayor, you, as we talked about, you had a 30-year career, 18 years as the fire chief. You've served this community nobly most of your life. Why, instead of just going home and relaxing, what prompted you to continue to want to serve the community as mayor?
Well, my biggest reason was to give back to this community because they supported me in everything we did in the fire service. But one of the biggest things that happened is my daughter at 15 years old had cancer, and we had to go through a year of treatment of chemotherapy and radiation, and this community just raised up and stood behind us. They had fundraisers. It was amazing. So that's what I wanted to do, is be able to give back to this community that really supported us and then pay it forward to somebody else.
Today, Al's daughter is healthy and a happy mother of two. I'm so proud of what Globe has accomplished. I'm awed by the courage, the vision, and the perseverance. You know, we've all experienced this, how a single visit can make you feel connected to a place. It's the food, yes, but it's mostly the people. The kind of people who serve a community their whole life, then say, I've got a little more to give. The kind of people who dream big and deliver. And when a pandemic hits, they don't close the doors. They build a patio. I can promise you this, I'll never just drive past Globe again. Because while all roads might lead to Globe, the wise traveler will go under that trestle and head downtown. That's where the magic happens.
Lunch with the mayor, I'll meet you there. Oh, lunch with the mayor, lunch with talking about John Giles. Yeah.